In the heart of the Islamic Golden Age, a beacon of knowledge rose from the sands, a city of unparalleled splendor, Baghdad. It was here, under the patronage of the visionary Abbasid Caliphs, that an institution was born that would forever alter the course of human history. This was the Bait al-Hikmah, the House of Wisdom. It began not as a grand library in the modern sense, but as a private collection for Caliph Harun al-Rashid, a repository for rare manuscripts and scholarly works gathered from across the known world. But under his son, Al-Ma'mun, it blossomed into something far greater. It became a vibrant academy, a translation institute, and a research center that drew the brightest minds from every faith and culture. Christian, Jewish, and Muslim scholars worked side by side, united by a singular burning passion, the pursuit of knowledge. Their mission was monumental. They sought to gather all the world's learning under one roof. Emissaries were dispatched to the far corners of the empire, to Constantinople, to India, to Persia, tasked with acquiring every significant text they could find. Scrolls of Greek philosophy, Indian mathematics, and Persian literature were brought back to Baghdad, not to be locked away, but to be reborn. The Great Translation movement was the beating heart of the House of Wisdom. Works by Aristotle, Plato, Euclid, and Ptolemy were meticulously translated from Greek and Syriac into Arabic, preserving them from the oblivion of Europe's dark ages. Without this colossal effort, the foundations of Western science and philosophy might have been lost forever. But the scholars of the House of Wisdom were not mere custodians of ancient lore. They were innovators, pioneers who stood on the shoulders of giants to see further than anyone before. It was here that the mathematician Al-Khwarizmi, the father of algebra, developed the systematic methods that still bear his name in the word algorithm. He introduced Hindu numerals, including the revolutionary concept of zero, to the Arab world, which would later be transmitted to Europe, fundamentally changing the language of science and commerce. In the observatories of Baghdad, astronomers refined the calculations of the ancients. They measured the circumference of the Earth with astonishing accuracy, charted the stars, and created astronomical tables, the Zij, so precise they were used for centuries. The Banu Musa brothers, three brilliant engineers, were the Da Vincis of their time. They authored the Book of Ingenious Devices, a stunning catalog of over 100 automated machines, from self-trimming lamps and trick fountains to a programmable flute player, a forerunner to modern robotics. In the field of medicine, scholars like Al-Razi and Ibn Sina, known in the West as Rhazes and Avicenna, synthesized Greek and Indian medical knowledge with their own clinical observations. Ibn Sina's The Canon of Medicine became the definitive medical textbook in both the Islamic world and Europe for over 600 years, a testament to the rigorous, evidence-based approach nurtured within the walls of the House of Wisdom. For 5 centuries, this institution was the intellectual center of the world. It was a place where ideas were currency, where debate was encouraged, and where the boundaries of human understanding were pushed daily. It fueled an era of discovery that gave us algebra, algorithms, advancements in optics, chemistry, and medicine. It was a testament to what humanity can achieve when it values curiosity over dogma and collaboration over conflict. But this golden age was not destined to last. In the year 1258, a storm gathered in the east. The Mongol hordes, led by Hulagu Khan, grandson of Genghis Khan, descended upon Baghdad. The city, once the jewel of the world, was besieged and utterly destroyed. The accounts of the sack are horrifying. A week of pillage and slaughter left the city a smoldering ruin, and the fate of the House of Wisdom was a tragedy for all mankind. Its vast libraries, containing countless irreplaceable volumes, were systematically destroyed. The Tigris River, it was said, ran black with the ink of 1 million manuscripts, their knowledge dissolving into the water. The intellectual treasures of half a millennium were annihilated in a matter of days. The destruction of the House of Wisdom marked the end of an era. It was a catastrophic loss, a cultural cataclysm from which the world would take centuries to recover. Yet the light it ignited was never truly extinguished. The knowledge it preserved and created had already spread, carried by scholars and texts to Al-Andalus, to Byzantium, and eventually back into a reawakening Europe. where it would help fuel the Renaissance. The story of the House of Wisdom is a powerful, poignant reminder. It is a story of a brilliant flame of inquiry that burned brightly in a dark world, and a somber lesson on the fragility of knowledge and the devastating cost of its destruction. It stands as a monument to a time when a city became the world's brain, and its library, the world's memory. Subscribe.